Hello, you are welcome to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, what's good? If you are new, hey boo, I am back with another video, okay? And so we are just basically gonna hop straight into the video, and y'all see the title. This is basically gonna piggyback off the video that I just recently made about do not let everyone watch your children, but this is basically gonna be a different scenario. I know y'all heard about the viral video of the teacher that was letting these teenage girls unbraid his hair. And so this is basically what I'm going to be pulling this message from. Now, if you are new to my channel or you've been on my channel for a while, if you remember that video where I talked about spiritual attacks upon children, perversion spirits, we are going to dive deep into this because I feel like this is something that really needs to be spoken about. We come and talk about spiritual warfare a lot. We talk about how to tackle those things, different tactics to use to combat it. But I rarely see people talk about spiritual attacks upon children. Your children are not excused from spiritual warfare, okay? If anything, they are going to be the most targeted for spiritual warfare because they are innocent, they are pure. Okay, and so the devil is going to attack the most weakest, vulnerable person. And when I say weak, I don't mean, your child may have some qualities that you may see in them that lets you know that your child is strong. Okay, a child is more defenseless than an adult. Okay, and so we are going to pull from that. Now, before we even get into this video, I'm going to probably put some scriptures on the screen to kind of drive this message home about the Lord talks about ways to protect your children. There's plenty of scriptures in the Bible that speaks about the protection of our children. I see a lot to where people are trying to condone this behavior. It's actually mind-boggling to me to see how many people are on the side of this teacher, and it just kind of speaks to where we are at as a society when it comes to this spiritual warfare. A lot of people are coming and claiming that they know how to fight spiritual warfare, they know how to spot it and things like that, when really you don't. Because if you are condoning what this teacher is doing with these teenage girls, you don't know spiritual warfare. Okay, that is spiritual warfare. See, this is the thing. Testing the fruits of the spirit, spiritual discernment comes in all different situations and areas, not just in areas that you having an issue with. Okay. If you don't know how to spot spiritual warfare yourself, then you are not going to be able to know if your child is faced up against some sort of spiritual warfare. Spiritual warfare, spiritual perversion spirits are in the schools. Okay, it's wolves working in the schools. And I gave a story time a year back about this, about an encounter that I had with a school counselor where he tried to come on to me. He tried to have sex with me when I was 14, 15 years old. Okay, this was my freshman year. I dealt with this. So it's in the schools, whether you want to believe it or not. I have gave testimonies about other people where I was able to spot the spirit of perversion. The spirit of lust is in the schools. It's around your children, okay? And so if you are not able to spot that, then it's going to be a problem because, see, this is the thing. People focus on the wrong thing when they need to be focusing on the things at hand. It's right in front of your face, okay? The enemy will always try to distract you with other things to keep you from not focusing on what is going on right in front of your face. The enemy will try to condone a lot of things. The enemy is always trying to make things socially acceptable. The enemy wants people to fit and conform to his agenda and his way of doing things, okay? Spirit of perversions are real. Spirits of perversion are attacking children every day, all day. So take the focus off of yourself and put it on these children. That video, that viral video of that teacher, I seen a lot going on. Okay, I know the video wasn't really that long, but I seen enough to know what was going on. You got to be able to look at certain things in a physical and be able to decipher the spiritual behind what you are seeing in front of your face. This is what's going to help you to be able to discern spirits better. Be able to get a read on a person. This is how you read a person's spirit. People condoning this behavior lets you know that a lot of people lack spiritual discernment. That is inappropriate behavior for a teacher to be sitting up letting young women, okay, because these are teenagers, they're in high school, they developed, okay, they getting a period, they probably having sex, they doing grown people kind of things, okay. I'm not going to say young girls, I'm going to say young women, because that's what they are. They are evolving into women. So for him to be sitting up letting them take his hair down, that speaks to what kind of spirit he is carrying. I'm going to turn my comment section off for this because I'm not going to do the back and forth when it comes to this thing. Just like I said in my other video, my last video about do not let everyone watch your children. Some people are not fit to be parents at all. They don't, because you being a parent, you should be able to spot a perversion spirit from a mile away. Okay, you are the sole protector of your children. So if you think that's acceptable what that teacher did, I don't even got nothing to say about that. That is unacceptable. That is inappropriate. Even a person that don't even have children can see that that is inappropriate. It don't matter if he got the okay from the student's parents. It don't matter. And see, this is the thing about the enemy and how he likes to work his mind control on different people too. Because how did the conversation even come about where he was getting the parents' green light to take his hair down? That don't even sound right. That don't sound right. What did he do? Like, did he call the girl's parents one by one and ask them if they could take his hair down? Like, how did that even come about? Okay, something is telling me that he is saying this to excuse his behavior. I really don't feel like he got the okay from these students' parents to do this, because I really don't believe that these parents gave their daughters permission to put their hands in a grown man's head and take his hair down. Okay, y'all remember that video? And I don't know why this just popped in my head, y'all. This literally just popped in my head as I was doing this video. R. Kelly made a song a long time ago called Hair Braider. Okay, y'all know R. Kelly. Y'all know the songs he used to make back in the day. Y'all know what he been charged with, what he is in prison for right now. Go listen to the song Hair Braider and go watch that viral video of that teacher letting them teenagers take his head down. And you tell me, what do you get from that? Okay, you ain't got to put it in the comment section or none of that. But taking someone's hair down, that's an intimate act. And I made a video on my channel a long time ago about, like, don't let everyone touch your hair. Okay, and see, this is the thing. Hair is spiritual too. Okay, there's so many spiritual meanings behind hair. So when someone is touching your hair, any part of your body, that is an energy spiritual exchange. So for him to be so comfortable to be letting these young women touch on his head, touching his scalp, that says a lot without even saying it. Okay, if he can let them touch his head, he would be okay with anything. And see, this is one thing about society. People always just agreeing with things just because. I don't know what it is about this society today. It just seems like it's so many things that are going on, blatant wrong things. You know that this is morally wrong. You know that this is unacceptable and inappropriate, but you just going along with it, I guess, to try to be your child friend or try to be cool and fit in and stuff like that. This is why a lot of these children out here are out of control today, because you got too many parents out here trying to be their friend. Okay, you are not stepping up and being a parent. You cannot be your child friend. It's okay to relate with your child, talk to your child about other things, have that open communication to where they feel comfortable to come to you. But you are your child's parent. At the end of the day, you are not their friend. So a lot of things that they do, you should be schooling them on what they should and shouldn't be doing. And see, this is the thing. You can tell the ones that didn't have the birds and the bees talk with their parents back in the day. They didn't know the difference between good touch and bad touch. It does not matter how old this child is, because I seen a couple of people talking about it and commenting about some, oh, they 17. It don't matter. They are still children. You are not fully grown into the age of 25, to be quite honest. Even when you turn 21, you are still a child mentally. It's so many things that you still have to learn when you become of a legal age. So if they still in high school, how is it that you feel like it's okay? You sitting up talking about some, oh, they basically grown. They 17 or 18 or something like that. That is still a child. I don't care what nobody say. Ain't no child shouldn't be putting their hands in no grown man's head, taking their hair down. Okay? That is not okay. Argue with your pappy, argue with your grandma, argue with your mammy about it. That's wrong. That's not acceptable. It's the such thing as good touch and bad touch. Even me being a grown woman today, and I'm 34 years old, I'm not going to feel comfortable touching on somebody in any type of way in a professional setting. A school is a professional setting. I can see where it seemed as though he's trying to make what he did okay by saying, oh, I got 30 friends, 15 friends or something along that nature. Let me tell you something. A lot of y'all ain't watched Lifetime back in the day in these shows, okay? I used to watch Lifetime movies back then. They had so many movies about teacher predators, teachers preying on children, teachers becoming the parent best friend, trying to get close to the parents so they can have that one-on-one relationship with their child, trying to butter the parents up so they can have access to this child, showing children extra attention, going way beyond their professional title and making things personal. There's a certain limit that you should not cross when you are in certain positions in the professional world, and teaching is one of them. It's okay to have a relationship with your students. I'm not saying that, but that is way above the line. Your students should not be touching in your head, taking your hair down as if they're your woman. That's something that you ask your girlfriend and your woman to do. Okay? I heard a couple of people talking about some, oh, he should have scheduled to go to the shop and take his head down or something like that. And see, this is another thing I wanted to add. If he want to be so open and carefree with his students and want to build a close relationship with him, why couldn't he take his own two hands and take his own head down? Okay, what's wrong with your two hands to where you can't take your own head down? You comfortable enough to sit up there and peel that orange and eat on it. So why you couldn't take your head down in front of your classroom, in front of your students? You want to build a close relationship with them and be your friend. I felt like that would have been okay. That would have been acceptable. What's wrong with your hands to where you can't take your own head down? Ain't nothing wrong with your hands. You want them to take your head down because you want to feel the sensation of them fingers touching your head. Because you're a creep and you're a pedophile and you have a spirit of perversion. That's why you couldn't take your own head down. You want them teenagers in your head. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Okay? Back in the day, we take our own head down or we had somebody else take it down for us. Okay? But I heard some stuff in a video that was kind of concerning to me a little bit. Like, it seemed like every time somebody came at him about what he did, he had a rebuttal for everything. Oh, why didn't you set up an appointment to get your hair taken down? Why didn't you reschedule your appointment? He got an answer for everything. Okay, this is a person that does not want to take accountability for their wrongdoing. He know what he did was wrong. That's why he keep coming up with all these different excuses for why he did what he did. Oh, I didn't have time. Just coming up with the most lamest excuses for what he did. Just say sorry and keep it moving. This was unacceptable. I apologize. You don't keep steady trying to make excuses for what you did. And see, this is the thing. When a person know that they did something wrong and they really don't want to own up to it, people these days, they do anything for clout, okay? So him putting his viral video online, for one thing, I thought it was weird, okay? It's always a message within a message. He trying to get clout and views for his channel, whatever he got, because I heard he got a social media account. I don't know what the purpose was for why he put that online. I guess trying to show people how cool of a teacher he is or something like that, but that is not cool. Everything about that video was wrong to me. Okay? And I'm just speaking personally. I have went to school with teachers that had very inappropriate relationships with their students. Okay? It's all type of creeps and pedophiles in the schools, whether you want to believe it or not. Okay? Especially in high school. I'm gonna give y'all a couple of testimonies to kind of drive this point home, because a lot of y'all need to know this type of stuff does take place. I went to Hyde Park Career Academy in Chicago. It was 3 creeps in the school that I myself and other females I went to school with. The school counselor that I told y'all about, I'm not gonna go deep into that. If you want to go watch the video for the full testimony, it's way back on my channel. We had this one gym teacher. He was a creep. He used to come to school drunk every day. Okay, we could literally smell the alcohol permeating off of him, coming out of his pores. He used to come to school smelling like straight up gin. Okay, y'all know that Seagram's gin from back then that everybody was drinking. He used to come to school smelling like Seagram's gin every day. He was a much older guy. Why they hired this man to let him into school, I do not know. The school system was trash back then, and it still is trash today. Okay? But this gym teacher used to always make all the girls in the class feel uncomfortable. Every time we would be getting dressed for gym or something like that, we come to gym, he always used to be looking at us inappropriately, okay? Giving us an up and down look, very lustful nature. On top of that, he drunk, okay? So he already carrying a drunken spirit. Very unprofessional. They had ended up getting rid of him like later on down the line. My grandmother had ended up switching me over to ROTC because I had told her I didn't feel comfortable taking gym. And then on top of that, our school ain't really had that much funding back then, so we ain't had no pool. You know, I didn't learn how to swim in high school until I moved to Wisconsin. But I had ended up switching over to ROTC. Now, our ROTC instructor was a creep too, okay? And I had a boyfriend in high school then that took his same class. And so his period used to be way before man's. And he even said himself, we had both agreed that he was a creep. When you're on ROTC, you got to do exercise, you got to do push-ups, stuff like that. He said he would always catch him looking at the teenage girls very inappropriately, okay? So that's coming from a boy. So the spirit of perversion is in schools. And the ones that carry this kind of spirit, they are always trying to get close to the students. They are always trying to be this student best friend because they want this child to feel comfortable enough to let their guards down. Okay, now let me just put this in here. It's a couple of times to where some girls that I went to school with, they used to always be talking about how they had crushes on certain teachers. So when I seen that video of them taking his hair down, I could tell that some of them girls looked like they had a crush on him. These be the type of girls that what they call back in the day hot in the pants, fads, okay? They be the ones that be trying to act grown. That's grown behavior right there. That's grown woman behavior. Them playing in his hair like that, that's grown woman behavior. And for him to be sitting up letting them do that, that just kind of speaks to his character. Like I said, I don't care what nobody say. I see things way beyond what's in front of me. I always see the spiritual picture behind everything. Not only did I see that them girls had attraction to him, I seen it on him a little bit too. And he tried to play it off and try to make it seem like he just trying to be this quote unquote cool teacher, trying to be a friend, when really it's probably something inappropriate going on behind the scenes between him and them girls, okay? Because for him to feel so comfortable to do that on camera for everybody to see, this is something that he has been doing, okay? He just now coming out with it. He ain't just all of a sudden one day asked him, okay, I'll come take my head down. He's been being inappropriate with them for a while, okay? So now he want to come out on the scene and be open with it to try to make it acceptable to the public. That's what the enemy will do. He will hide behind the scenes and do things and orchestrate things. He will do evil, wicked things behind the scenes because he is an adult. He is stepping over his boundaries. He is not being a teacher. Okay. He is playing on these women vulnerability. These are young women. Their hormones is raging. He might be feeling some type of way. He may feel like he on top of the world because he got these teenage girls that's attracted to him. He feel a way. Okay. Very inappropriate, very lustful, very perverted. Okay. I don't care how old he is. He look like he's in his late 30s or late 40s. That's inappropriate all the way across the board. Okay. So basically what the enemy will do is, and this is just based on my personal experiences dealing with stuff like this, because like I said, I had a school counselor that was very inappropriate with me. I had a best friend at the time, and she told me he done something to make her feel uncomfortable. I had ended up coming out and telling her this when we had went on this school field trip. And she was like, yeah, he always been kind of weird. Like, he made me feel uncomfortable too. Now, this is the one thing about the school system too. Why I say it's poor and it's trash. A lot of people really need to consider homeschooling, especially during these times, because when I say the spiritual warfare is getting blatant, like I said before, it's in the schools. Okay, they trying to present certain agendas in the school. They got different kind of bathrooms. They trying to introduce homosexuality into the schools as well. They've been teaching it. I said in previous videos before that the devil is not hiding no more. He is out in the open with his children. Okay. So when somebody come out with something viral and it's very inappropriate, that means that they have been doing this behind the scenes. And now they are comfortable to come out. It's just like somebody being in a closet. Nobody knew that this person was messing around with other men or other women. Then they finally start coming out in the public with it. Okay, they embarrassing the shame of what they are doing behind the scenes. They know that what they are doing is wrong. So they try to tiptoe their way into the public eye with their behavior. Okay. They want to make this thing acceptable to other people. And so that's what was going on with that video. But yeah, everything about that video was inappropriate. The people that sitting up agreeing with that video, these probably was the type of people that had some sort of attraction to their teacher way back then. I think that stuff it's weird. You know, this man is like twice their age. It's all types of corruption going on that side of the fence when it comes to student and teacher relationships. They got inappropriate things going on out here with student and teacher relationships. Okay. And I'm talking about in the X industry. On Halloween, you always got them girls dress up like a schoolgirl. It's some sort of kink behind student and teacher relationships this wicked. So if you can't look at that video and see that, then there's something wrong with you. Okay, your spiritual discernment is not on point if you can't see anything inappropriate about that. And he came out in the open with it. The enemy is out here throwing a lot of things in your face. Okay, he is not going to be hiding himself. The enemy is after your children. The enemy wants to corrupt the minds and the spirits of your children by doing things that they know that are inappropriate and wrong. They know that it goes against the Lord. They know that it goes against things that are morally right. But they want to push this agenda and make it acceptable to the world. So that's why you got so many people out here that's in agreement with it. They don't think it's anything wrong with it. You sitting up talking about you okay with your daughter, your niece, or your cousin, or your sister taking they teacher hair down. So you'll let your teenager take your man hair down, your husband hair down? No, you would not. So why would you let her take a teacher hair down? Physical touch, hormones, female and male anatomy. Put all of that together and see what you come up with. And then you go look at that viral video and tell me, what do you see? Do that look like something that's innocent? Do that look like something pure-hearted? I like to revert everything back to the Bible on certain things. And I say, well, would the Lord have some underage girls, or Jesus have some underage girls sitting around him taking his hair down? No. People gonna always try to fan the scripture as something to go against, because they're gonna say, oh, well, he let such and such wash his feet. She was touching all on Jesus and all type of stuff. And it was innocent. Wasn't nothing wrong with that. She wasn't no underage girl. Okay? Anything having to do with the body, coming in contact with another person, that's physical touch. That's intimate. That's personal. Okay? I don't know why I just keep on thinking about that Hair Braider song with R. Kelly. I keep thinking about it. Like, that's very much intimate. That's physical. Okay? I do not like stuff like that. I don't like when people try to step outside of their boundaries of being an adult or being in a professional setting. They try to deem things to be acceptable because they have a wicked, perverted kind of spirit. You're not going to come and make that acceptable. You're not going to try to come and try to fool me and make me believe that it's something innocent when I see that spirit behind you. You are a pervert. You are a creep. Okay? The fact that you are comfortable with letting underage girls play in your head speaks to your character. You can bring it out online and try to make it acceptable all you want, but people see that perverted spirit on you. That's nothing that you can hide. Okay? The enemy will literally come and play right in your face. He'll come and show you what he's doing. And he'll try to make you believe that the sky is green. You know, when you go and walk outside, you look up in that sky, the sky is blue. But the enemy is going to try to make you believe that it's green. Okay? He's going to try to make you believe that you are not seeing what you see right in front of your face. That's how deceptive the enemy is. And he uses so many different people to do it. Okay? So if you don't see it, then you need some better spiritual discernment. Your spiritual discernment ain't on point if you can't see that. If you don't see spiritual perversion on that man, you don't see a lustful spirit on that man, I don't know what to tell you. Okay? Because I have seen it plenty of times in the school system. I have seen the spirit of perversion on so many different people. It's being a child and being an adult. I have seen it. Okay? People just be so ready to accept anything. Just to be popular. Just to, I don't know, y'all. This world is wicked. This world is in flames. This world is going down. The enemy is taking as many souls as he can with him. Okay? And I'm just sitting up thinking, like, I heard somebody say, oh, he could have been a little fruity. That man ain't fruity. That man is all the way straight, okay? Don't try to cover it up. Because I heard somebody say, oh, he fruity. That's why he feel like it's okay. He feel like he one of the girls. Either way, it's still wrong on any level. He don't look no fruity to me. He look like a straight man that's trying to get away with what he is doing behind the scenes, okay? He want to bring things to the forefront to make it acceptable. He wants to be able to operate in this perverted spirit that he carrying in a public eye. He wanted to be deemed as acceptable, okay? He been doing this behind the scenes. This ain't probably the first time these girls done took his hair down. Why would he just now come out a viral video of them taking his hair down? Come on now. That ain't just come from out of nowhere. If he ain't been doing this with them, he been doing other inappropriate things with these girls. These girls are comfortable with him. They know him on a personal level for him to be letting them do that. I'm talking about other personal things. Okay? He probably be in class asking them all type of inappropriate questions. And see, this is the thing about being professional. Some people, you can tell that they are trying too hard to try to be cool and try to fit in with younger people. He deems me as being that type of person. He want to be cool. He want to fit in with younger people. That's not professional. You got to be a teacher at the end of the day. And see, this is how it always backfires. When you try to fit in with a child, you try to be their friend instead of trying to be that parental figure, that adult figure, that role model. You are going to lose all type of respect from this child. This child ain't going to see you the same. This child ain't going to have no respect for you because you sitting up here trying to be their friend when you're supposed to be trying to be a teacher. They not going to listen to nothing that you say. Even when you try to put your foot down, they not going to take you seriously. Okay? Y'all tell me right now. All these parents out here that's trying to be their child best friend. Do the child show them any type of respect? And just be quite honest. This child don't be having no type of respect for their parents because their parents be trying to act so much like their friend. They do not be listening to their parents. And whenever their parents try to put their foot down to be an actual parent, that child be looking at them laughing like, girl, please, boy, please. They even address their parents as if they're their friend or something. Like, girl, quit playing with me. Like, really? You want to put your foot down now? It's too late for all that. That's how it is, okay? When you try to be a child best friend, that's what happens. They lose the respect for you, okay? So this teacher may feel like he got their respect and their friendship when really you done lost all type of respect from your students, and on top of that, from the world, the media, okay? You have no moral compass or none of that. You know that them girls attracted to you. So you want to kind of get your rocks off in a sense by letting them touch on you some type of way. You can't touch me nowhere else, but you can't take my hair down. Like I said, it's always a message within a message. The spiritual ones, they know. If you've been through a situation like this where you have had a teacher be inappropriate with you, anybody within the school staff, it don't even have to be a teacher. Anybody that's ever been inappropriate with you, or that you have witnessed be inappropriate with somebody else, you know, then I'm telling the truth, okay? These teachers be trying to go all out of their way to try to get away with stuff, you know, stuff that they know is inappropriate. And then this is the messed up part about this thing too. The school staff be knowing stuff like this, and they still keep these people on the team. I heard that they suspended him or something like that. That man gonna be back working at that school. Okay, I told y'all my testimony a while back about what happened to my sister and then what had happened to me. They're going to let that man come back to that school. And guess what? He's going to be doing way worse than what he letting them girls take his head down. He's going to be doing way worse things to these girls. Ain't nobody going to do nothing or say nothing about it, because he already came out in the public and showed you what he was doing. He already showed you who he was, what type of spirit he was carrying. And the fact that you couldn't see that and you let it slide, he gonna come back and start ice skating next time. I'm telling you, I already been hearing certain little things that's been circulating around this man. It's gonna be way worse the next time around. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. He's gonna be getting away with a whole lot more, especially when he see that the media, the world is on his side. The students and parents is in agreement with this. Oh, he finna get away with bloody murder now. Like I said, the enemy out here prowling around like a lion, seeking whom he may devour. Your children, these lustful, perversion kind of spirits out here in the school administrative system, they are spiritually attacking your children. And guess what's the messed up part about all of it? They got your okay to do it. So yeah, enough about that. Enough about that. You can't tell nobody how to be no parent, but just to see stuff that be going on out here, I be shaking my head like, ain't no way. It couldn't be me. It most definitely couldn't be me. Ain't no way in the world that could be my child. And I'm saying, okay, I'm giving an okay on that. That's acceptable. Okay, all right. Anyways, that's the end of the video. I'm just gonna end it right there. But yeah, hopefully I got something from this video. Hopefully it helped you in some way. Continue to protect yours. Protect your children for spirits of perversion. And I will talk to y'all in the next video.